Apparatus here, and today we're going to be going through strings and variables with those strings a little bit more in depth. I have a little bit of an outline for this video. The first thing is more concatenation of strings along with variables. So earlier in the last video I mentioned a concatenated string meant to join different strings together with a plus symbol and then print them out, or in this case today we're going to add them to another variable. So we're going to have a variable that's name, and we're going to have this equal to your name, and we're going to have occupation equals to master programmer. Let's do that for now. So here's what happens if we print these out, right? Name and programmer. Will this do anything? Will this work? Let's see what happens. Invalid syntax. What happens if we do this? Oh, duh. Do you see what happened there? Let's try it without the plus. We should know that this is not going to work. And if we add the plus, your name master programmer. Again, no space here. That's very important. So what would we normally do? We would add a space here. What happened? We don't have another plus symbol. I told you in the last video, if you didn't watch it, you have to have a plus in between different kinds of objects and different kinds of variables. So this is your name, master programmer. Now, here's what we can do. We can have filler string here equal to and I am a. Okay, let's just have this, and let's put a space before and after. Now if you see where this is going, probably the case. Two different ways you can do this. You can print this out as name plus filler string plus occupation, and you can get your name and I am a master programmer as a full sentence. Now another thing you can do is, guess it, full string, right, equals, let's say name plus filler string plus occupation. So how do we get that full string? Let's see if that works. And you get the same output because it's very useful to do for a lot of different things that we're going to get into in future videos. But you have this variable here, and you're kind of putting these all together. Now these are strings, so they're put together like this. If these were numbers, different things would happen. Again, we're going to talk about that in the next video. So that's kind of a little bit more about concatenating things. If you need spaces, if you need additional words, and you don't want to retype them, it's best to use variables and describe what these things are. Don't have this, I would say don't have this as O or awk, right? Keep it at occupation. Combining variables to make new ones, I just did that, so we're going to go over multiple lines, printing multiple lines. So you can print full string, but let's say that you wanted different lines here, right? Print. Now this is the easy way of doing it, and you can copy and paste this and have multiple different blank lines in between, right? And you should have some things in between here, so you can print multiple lines to go underneath each other, and that's how you would do that. That's kind of a simple, quick way of doing it. There is another way to do this, but I don't want to get things complicated for the purposes of this video. It's already going over what I wanted to do. Built-in functions. So there are ways as far as strings and other things to get like the length, the index of, like, what position is X letter at, Y letter at. This is not something I will go over in combination with anything else. My thing is, you should be at least learn a little bit of the basics and then learn some of these built-in functions, because it's like memorizing things, and that will be a video by itself. And I do have a coding challenge real quick for you. I want you to write a program that has this as the output. So write a program with the output where you have this little nice box here, and you have to use at least 2 different variables to do this, right? So it has to say text program, or whatever you want to name it, written by, and then your name right here, and make sure that everything is lined up when it gets printed out. So that's your challenge. Go and do that. I encourage you to do that. In the next video, we're going to have introduction to numbers and making your program interactive by getting input from your user, and then we need to talk about the security of this for various reasons. If you watch the other things on my channel, you'll know why this is pointed mainly towards security, beginner security folks. So thanks so much for watching. Look out for the next video. That's going to be about the numbers and the input.